So this wasn't the three-ring circus Marge's canary said it was. But there was a ringmaster. He slipped us the names of a couple of people to talk to. Never could keep it under his hat. We started with the Button Boys.
Well, the whole head was 3D in Benjamin Button for the first 52 minutes of the film. You know, that was a completely 3D CG head.
So for the first 52 minutes, there was no actual Brad in it. Nobody tracked in the eyes. Nobody projected a makeup version of Brad. Right. It was all CG.
There was no actual Brad in it. We didn't track the eyes in or project any makeup version of Brad in. It was all just CG.
Well, I'll eat my hat.
It's interesting to note that in Jurassic Park, we're still, I mean, if you look back at that as like the cornerstone to a lot of this stuff, was executed with much more than 50 digital shots.
And what were some of the primary effects that you used, and maybe some of the primary programs that you used?
Okay, well, so we're mostly, so start at the last question first. We're mostly a proprietary pipeline, so we use a lot of our own technology to create the visual effects that we do. We use some of the off-the-shelf software as well, like Houdini and Maya, but a lot of it is actually our own code.
I mean, we mostly worked in Maya. I was in charge of the character rigging and setup and animation.
So you're actually the animators of WALL-E.
I did modeling and rigging, Victor did animation, and Jay did character design.
Wow.
Previs or pre-visualization. So we're involved in pre-production and helping plan the shoot before they film or plan the visual effects.
Do you have a favorite effect that you worked on?
Marge was a sucker for magic. She trusted it. She said movie magic was the most magic there was. And she wasn't afraid. You see, Marge wanted to know how the rabbit got into the hat.
It's always so interesting to hear what effect took the most time and energy.
Yeah, but it wasn't so much the effect itself, but maybe the whole tunnel sequence where, you know, the exploding cars and trucks and the tunnel itself. That's always fun to do.
Scenes where we had to shoot process working cars, where we did green screens out the windows. We also we had a house that was on fire that we had to embellish the house.
We were in particular responsible for all the CG environments at Brainstorm Digital, all the matte paintings and things like that.
We got to work with practical effects that were shot, and then we also did a lot of digital work to enhance it. So in some cases, we built the whole tunnel to match a practical version of the tunnel that they shot downtown. And those are the kind of things that we do that, you know, go unnoticed, hopefully.
Seems like the FX guys were wearing two hats at once. Sometimes the magician wants you to see, and sometimes he doesn't.
Sometimes the story, you know, the visual effects may be significant to the story, but other times they're almost subliminal.
At the drop of a hat, Marge headed off to the show. She thought maybe I should go talk to the John Adams boys. Check out this subliminal thing. She said, keep your hat on, and try not to sound like a gumshoe.
Where were the visual effects? Really?
That's the best compliment you can give.
Exactly. Where were they?
Well, Boston, of course, is just a green screen. You know, we've had about 25 yards worth of set to work with, and then we had to make it a quarter-mile worth of Boston Harbor, and
then turn it into Philadelphia.
Well, you'd be surprised. We actually shot it on a place that could have been
in a cornfield.
Yes, exactly. It could have been in the Central Valley here. It just was a hilltop somewhere.
So, lots of trickery.
We see, you know, everything from work like Benjamin Button, where you do a completely realistic photoreal human, to phenomenal work like the water in Narnia, the water monster, and the visual effects in Kung Fu Panda and WALL-E that stylizing it into a stylistic world but makes it believable. That it's a tremendous time to be doing visual effects.
And the visual effects gurus, they knew what they were doing. But Marge still wanted to know, So I passed the hat and spiffed the ringmaster so Marge could find out, maybe, how the rabbit got into the hat.